It's now Assam which is now contemplating of drafting a law against love jihad. In fact, we're being told that Assam's Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma has confirmed that Assam too has drafted a law against love jihad. We'll try and go across to my colleague Anirudh, who's joining us on the phone line from Guwahati. Anirudh, if you can hear me, walk us through the details of this law that is being drafted by the Assam government. What exactly are they working towards? Is it on the lines of what the Uttar Pradesh government and also subsequently Madhya Pradesh and Haryana have essentially been doing, demanding for a love jihad law to come into place?
Yes, Assam Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma today, while speaking to the public TV, that the state government of Assam has already drafted a law to be brought in the state, and he said that the state will introduce the law once the elections are over, and he is pretty much sure that he don't want to make it an electoral issue, but rather they want to bring it to force directly after they have voted to power for the second time. And we all know that the elections in the state of Assam is scheduled in the month of April. The Himanta Biswa Sarma said that it is only a matter of a few months wait now. The minister also said that looking into the recent activities which have been reported from various parts of Assam, where particularly girls in general are cheated by dubious Facebook profiles, and where the accused actually project themselves as from the same community of what the girl belongs to, but actually they hide their true identity. And in such cases, only the government of Assam actually wants to act. And he had also made it very, very clear that if someone at her own will marries with someone who is from another religion or another community, then the government doesn't have any problem. Then the government is not going to interfere into personal matters. But when it comes to cheating or forgery in the name of any religion, then this law will be imposed, and a very strict action will be taken in such particular cases.
Well, thank you very much, Anirudh, for putting this into perspective. Let's also listen in to what senior BJP leader and Assam Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma had to tell my colleague Anirudh. Listen in to this exclusive interview.
Actually, in Assam, we have seen many cases where particularly girls gets engaged to a boy thinking that they are from the same religion. Because many people mask their real identity in social media, and thereafter certain things happen, and the girls cannot come back from the situation, and we continue to get that kind of complaint, and those were later on authenticated by also facts and circumstances. So we consider that marriage is a voluntary engagement by the two consenting party. There should not be any fraud. There should not be any element of cheating. So we have to create a infrastructure or a institutional mechanism where even a remotest chance of frauds and cheating is eliminated. So we have drafted a law, but we do not want to push it now because Assam is going for election in next 2 months of time. But as and when we come back to power, I think this will be our priority.
What will be the basic of this law that you have drafted?
That the basic is very simple. That the marriage, as a which we considered one of the most holiest act, so that should happen in a circumstances where there is no fraud, no cheating. So basically the law will ensure that nobody can provide false identity, false religion, and basically you will not hide your religious identity to get married. even in the social media or otherwise. So we have drafted a law. We have seen the law from which has been recently enacted in other state also. But as I have told you that we are going for election now, so we don't want to push it because people will say that this is a electoral agenda. So, but as and when we come back, definitely we are going to enact it.
But